While some people enjoy a lot of success on TikTok for a long time, these influencers lost it all in our look at the top 10 TikTokers who are currently rotting in prison. Starting off at number 10, we have Heron. This young TikToker amassed over 2 million followers on the social media platform, but made a terrible judgment call that earned him a very lengthy prison sentence. Back in 2018, Heron was participating in an illegal street race in Tampa, Florida with his brand new Ford Mustang that he had just received as a high school graduation gift. He was traveling at speeds of over 100 miles per hour when he lost control of his vehicle and struck a mother and her young daughter, who both sadly lost their lives in the tragic incident. Heron was arrested immediately following the incident, and 3 years later, he was handed a 24-year prison sentence for his deadly crash that took 2 lives. The TikToker's eyes looked like they were going to fall out of his head when he heard his sentencing, and some people actually had the audacity to start a petition online to have Heron freed from prison because apparently he was too cute for jail. Well, needless to say, the state of Florida wasn't buying it, and his sentence will not be reduced anytime soon. At number 9 is Lena Mukerji. This lifestyle TikToker, who goes by Lena Mukerji on social media, was documenting her travels through Bali, Indonesia, when she made a cultural mistake that had serious consequences. While most people like to show off the famous beaches and spas in Bali in their travel videos, Mukerji decided to share a food vlog showing off some of the local cuisine. The TikToker filmed herself eating pork skin, but unfortunately she made a terrible judgment call when she said "in the name of God" in Arabic before eating her meal. This action was greatly frowned upon in Indonesia because eating pork is forbidden in Islam, which is the country's dominant religion. While Mukerji identifies as Muslim herself, she stated that she just wanted to try pork out of curiosity. However, the country took great offense to her video and handed her a 2-year prison sentence for her spreading misinformation aimed at inciting hatred against religious individuals and specific groups. She was also forced to pay a fine of over $16,000, and needless to say, her days of eating on TikTok are pretty much over. Number 8. Mahk and Ann Bukhari. Mahk, or Maya as she referred to herself on social media, was building up quite the name for herself on TikTok, where she had amassed over 100,000 followers in a short time. Maya would regularly have her mother, Ann, make guest appearances in her videos, and the two were starting to become minor celebrities online. However, things took a turn for the worse after Ann informed her daughter that she was having an affair with a 21-year-old man who was now blackmailing her, demanding that she pay him the money he spent on their dates, or he would tell her husband about the affair. Well, Maya's mother clearly had no intention of paying this back, and she and her daughter came up with a plan to get back at her side lover. The Bukharis lured the man and his friend to a parking lot where they ambushed him and sent him fleeing in his car, starting a deadly highway chase. The Bukharis attempted to ram the man off the road before he eventually crashed and lost his life, and Maya and Ann were both charged with vehicular manslaughter. Number 7. Fahad. Fahad became a bit of a social media sensation in the Middle East for her light-hearted videos where she danced to popular Iraqi pop songs. However, things are much more conservative in Iraq, and the country announced earlier this year that they would be targeting decadent content on social media that went against Iraqi morals and culture. A special government team scours the deepest corners of social media looking for any content created by Iraqi citizens that could violate their laws, and sadly for Fahad, her tight-fitting clothing and dance moves fell under this category. Fahad became one of many Iraqi citizens who were deemed to be violating Iraqi morals on social media, and she received a 6-month prison sentence for creating her light-hearted videos. While the sentencing thankfully wasn't that long, it definitely meant that Fahad's career as a social media influencer in Iraq was seemingly over. Number 6. Mizy. The British TikToker, whose legal name is Bakari Bronze Ogaro, has been arrested on several occasions now for violating various laws and community safety guidelines. Mizy was initially arrested for filming a video of himself entering a stranger's home without permission and was charged with trespassing. While he was initially fined and issued with a criminal behavior order, the TikToker was arrested again 2 days later for more controversial videos where he filmed himself illegally entering someone else's property. It turns out that Mizy had broken into homes on numerous occasions and had also entered a stranger's car, claiming that it was his Uber that he had ordered. While he has also posted other content where he was simply causing public disturbances for no reason, Mizy's breaking and entering videos are what really landed him in trouble with the authorities and has landed him in handcuffs on multiple occasions. Number 5. Hanan Ham and Mawada El Adam. Much like the Iraqi state laws, Egypt has also taken a strong stance against women who post lighthearted dancing videos on TikTok. Hossam and El Adam are two young women who grew large followings on TikTok for their singing and belly dancing videos, and apparently this really did not sit well with Egypt's lawmakers. Investigators also uncovered one of Hossam's videos where she was encouraging other women to post their videos on an app called Likey that pays users based on the number of views they received, and decided that she was promoting inappropriate behavior. The Cairo court deemed that the two TikTok stars were violating family values and handed them a whopping 2-year prison sentence for their actions and forced the young women to pay $19,000 each in fines. The court didn't stop there though, as they also handed out similar sentences to 3 men who apparently helped the dancers film their videos and considered them to be accomplices in the case. Number 4. Icy It. This Florida-based TikToker had built up quite a name for himself by simply posting his day-to-day life and sharing some of his favorite things like his sneaker collection. He would also regularly ask his followers to come and eat meals with him, which earned him a ton of popularity on the app and only added to his large following. However, things took a turn for the worse for Wyatt after a crazy incident that took place on March 28, 2022 near Miami, Florida. Wyatt was confronted by police officers on South Sunset Boulevard after he had parked his pink Mercedes in the middle of the road following a sequence of erratic driving. But instead of just going away quietly, the TikToker decided to fight the police officers and was hit with multiple charges when he struck the police officers with a weapon and caused bodily harm. Wyatt announced to his followers that he was being arrested and was going to face jail time by posting a selfie of himself with an aging filter and captioned the post, "When you're going to prison and are going to look like this when you get out." Yeah, it's pretty certain that this isn't going to help his case. Number 3. Lorenzo Arana. Arana's case was a very disturbing one where he would use his large TikTok following to lure young fans into doing some unspeakable acts. Arana would constantly blackmail some of his younger followers and demand that they send him inappropriate videos, or he would expose some of their personal information, which included their cell phone numbers and direct messages. Arana would use his platform to distribute these inappropriate videos and managed to get away with it for a long time before he was arrested in a case that involved the harassment and abuse of an unnamed young girl. The court revealed that the TikToker had distributed the disturbing videos to the victim's classmates and was continuing to blackmail her for more content that he could use. Arana pled guilty to producing and distributing the inappropriate videos of the victim and was handed a lengthy 17-year prison sentence by a New York state judge. Number 2. Danielle. The man known as You Can't Find Alex on TikTok was arrested in April 2023 when he was caught doing donuts in the middle of the street in his Chevrolet Corvette. Police officers arrived on scene to break up the donut display, but Danielle wasn't planning on going quietly and decided to engage in a Need for Speed style police chase. 3 different police departments were led on a high-speed chase for Danielle, who ran into a police cruiser before having his tires blown out by a spike strip. Danielle tried to flee on foot but was eventually captured and arrested by police. Needless to say, Danielle faced a ton of charges but actually managed to get out on bail, but it did come with a catch. Danielle's new prison is his own home, where he is currently under house arrest and has returned to TikTok to show off his ankle monitor that will send him straight back to prison if he ever leaves his house. Number 1. Chosen Terrell Hannah. The TikToker, who was better known to his fans as Chosen World, had over 100,000 followers and was amassing quite the following for his popular dance moves that joined in on all of the best TikTok trends. While TikTok was undoubtedly Chosen's biggest asset in his rise to fame, it also proved to be his ultimate undoing when he was arrested in connection to multiple violent robberies that were the center of an FBI investigation. While the arrest came as a shock to pretty much all of Chosen's fans, the FBI revealed that they were actually able to determine that the TikToker was the culprit of the robberies by identifying that his favorite sneakers that he would wear on TikTok were the same ones that were seen on security camera footage from the stores. Chosen's phone data also showed that he was at the stores during the time of the robberies, and he is now currently being held in custody and could face a sentencing of up to 20 years. And that wraps up our look at the top 10 TikTokers who are currently rotting in jail. Let us know which one of these cases shocked you the most in the comments below. Don't forget to like and follow for more top 10 countdowns.